Hello and welcome to a very special edition that I have with me today on the couch here in finest Leeds, Yorkshire. I've got the LNER Massive. I've got Carter and Paula. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, everyone will have seen LNER on the side of a train. Now, started for 10 for any of you watching out there. What does it stand for? And what does life look like at LNER? Because people will have a perception of what it's like to work in the rail biz, but what is it like?
I think it's just for short, fast paced, ever changing, just good communities.
It's the people that make it what it is. We are a people-focused business, and our aim is to ensure that our customers get the best possible service they can, and we serve the communities that we work through. But it's every day is different. But it's fun as well as hard work. So I think we've got a combination of every aspect, and really the things that our frontline deliver day in day out are exceptional service to our customers. So yeah, every day's different, but it's fun and hard.
And what does it stand for all of our viewers and listeners out there? Starter for 10, what does it stand for?
So it's London North.
Eastern Railway.
Oh, look at that. Look at you doing that like a little Jew,
Oh, we do.
PR dream, aren't you there? Now, the people factor is really important. And we've just had the wonderful Nina Hussain recording in the podcast studio with us. And she's been the host of our awards for the last 6 years. Now, I met Nina at the first ever awards that we did, which was virtual. And she came to a studio in Liverpool and we recorded it like it was a proper show. And we talked a lot about, that whole pandemic era and, people were either, isolating at home or in bubbles. And then actually people like yourselves, you're still having to work, still having to put on a service. And Nina herself being on the telly box and being a ITV presenter on the news. She talked to me about an experience that she had. And she said there'd be times that she was traveling down to that there London. And it was tough. It was tough on what she was reporting on and tough on sort of the experience that she was going through at that time. And she says there were times where she would coming back and there'd be a box when she'd literally taken a seat. She'd maybe go to the loo, come back, and there'd be a box. Or maybe a time she was leaving and there was a box. And it was a little box with a little cake or a little gift in. And I believe that was you, Carter, that left that.
It was, yes, yeah, no. In one of my previous roles, one of my main sort of jobs was to empower, or was to be empowered to make our customers' journeys a little bit more special. And it was just a fantastic thing to be able to do. And the fact that Nina sort of remembers it now, sort of this many years later, just shows the impact that you can really have working in full front line, supporting our customers.
And that LNER talks about bringing that passion, being bold, and always caring and own it. And that's testament to that, isn't it? That's really important. And I know as an organisation, you have various sort of employee resource groups or various connectivities within that to spotlight, highlight role models, to create conversations. That's really important, isn't it, LNER, to have that whole sweep of different sort of subgroups within the organisation that enabling vulnerability to be shown.
Absolutely. I mean, it gives people a voice, doesn't it? It gives people the opportunity to see people that are in similar roles or similar from similar backgrounds, have similar experiences. And we've got some great role models across the whole of the business and the industry. And I think it's really important that we showcase that. And we are authentic, though. We have to be authentic because we need that vulnerability and for people to feel safe. So I think it's a combination of excellent role models, great values that are lived day in, day out. Values are only worth it if we actually live them. And that's really important to me as well. So I think it's key that we have that across the whole of the organisation.
And you talked during the pandemic, you were empowered to create, if you like, make someone's day,
Yes,
random
yeah.
acts of kindness. But that advocacy bit, and that's really important. Again, isn't it, about the organisation enables that, and you've been a super advocate, haven't you?
I have, yes. Yeah, no, it definitely is. And I think it's something that we try and instill in all of our people, that everybody's got that empowerment to make a difference, whether that's to our internal colleagues or to our customers that we serve as well. It's just being sort of empowered from top to bottom across the business.
And that is enabling everyone to bring their whole self to work, isn't it? And I think if you cut from what the conversation, I say, we've had up front, I just saw that coming at me was the kind of the people factor, right? And I see that goes right through, right up to the leadership. So it starts here and it goes right through. Leadership is really important to you, isn't it,
you know,
Paula?
and I've always said great people make great journeys for our customers, and that's what we're
You
that's what
can't
we're
just
here
say that
for.
as a slogan like that, and
Absolutely, I
you
can.
can't just
It's,
throw that in.
absolutely. It's so true, and I think the
Yeah.
example that you've just talked about, Nina, that's key, isn't it?
Well, you just
Um,
mouthed to me. I didn't know about that.
no, I didn't. I had no idea, and that's great to hear. Um, but yeah, great leaders. We have to have great leaders. You know, don't be a bystander. We have to lead by example. We have to work with the organisation to understand what's really happening on the ground. You know, they've got the people on the ground have got the ideas, they've got the thoughts, they've got they see what really happens day in, day out. So we do need to ensure that we listen and we care and we act on that in quite a demanding organisation as well. From a you know, we've got a commerciality as well. We have to do and deliver, but we do need our people to do that, because when people feel good, they
And,
deliver good service.
and you said that at start, Carter. This is a fast-paced
Yeah,
industry. You know, it's a high demanding. It's also, you know, it's really challenging times out there at the
yeah,
moment globally.
definitely.
It's you know, it can be really challenging. But how do you ensure that that inclusion is really embedded and kind of locked into the culture of the organisation? How do you make it every day?
Oh, that's a tough one for me. Can I?
Sorry, I was
I
No,
think,
I was
but I
no,
think,
I was
sorry.
letting
but,
you
you-
answer
No,
that
but
no,
you're
can
question.
doing
I?
it. It's
I-
advocacy
Yes,
every
yeah,
day. You're
it
doing,
is,
isn't
yeah.
it?
it's you know we're visible. People are visible. They talk to people. We listen. We understand what's going on, and I think we've got a plethora of networks across our business as well. That you're key, Carter,
Yeah.
in that, and you know the advocacy there from your side, and all the way through. We have exec sponsors for all of our networks, so we care. It's not just about a tick in a box. It's about being authentic and leading and understanding people, because people are at the heart of what we deliver, and we need that to transpire
And I
through.
think that's why I say it's sort of at the beginning, that's quite a hard question to ask, because I think it feels so natural within the business. It just flows through, like with our networks and like the care for the people that we have. It is just a natural flow that we are so lucky to have at LNER.
Well, your pause then was a bit like, well, why wouldn't you? It was a bit like
Yeah.
that. It's almost like you may as well say, Simone, that's a stupid question, right?
Yeah,
because
it's
everyone does it,
everyday
right?
life, yeah.
But you didn't say it, which
Yeah.
is good. You know?
Well, I do think, you know, and I've always had a bit of a thing about this. We can be very inclusive, and we are, and that's what we drive to do. But we have to ensure that we've got the systems in place, we've got processes in place that allow people to succeed. Because what we don't want to do is be very inclusive and not have that
Yeah.
ability to allow people to be the best when they're in the workplace.
And I believe you've got a date in the summer coming up, Carter. That's quite exciting.
I have, yes.
You were awarded the British Empire Medal for services to diversity and inclusion, weren't you? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So this is in the summertime. Who are you taking with you?
So I'm taking my husband with me
Oh,
after
Declan,
much,
nice.
yes, after much deliberation. But yes, I'll be taking my husband with me in the beginning of May, going to Buckingham Palace, which will be an extreme experience.
Oh, how exciting. I mean, and how did it feel to, because it's quite a big deal. Did you get it, was it email or was it a letter?
So I got it by letter.
Yeah.
I-
Old school, right?
Yes,
Did
yeah.
you stare at it for a while?
Well, actually, it came through the door when I was at work, and my husband messaged me to say, "You've got quite an odd-looking letter at home."
Wow.
And
It's
I
the
was,
tax
What is
man.
yeah. He said it's not like in a white envelope, it's in a brown envelope. And I was like, "Well, send me a photo of it." And I was like, "Oh, that looks interesting." So I was like, "Right, I'll just try and ignore what it is, wait till I get home." And
No
it says
idea
there
at
it
all.
was. No,
Wow.
as I say, I was in the middle of moving houses, so I thought maybe it's something to do with that or something negative like the tax man. But no, it was just a big shock and just such an opportunity, and so thankful for people to nominate me for that.
Well, what does that recognition mean to you? And has it created a ripple effect across LNER as well?
Yeah, I think the recognition, I think it shows the importance of ED&I within our industry. The fact that I've been recognised for it just shows how valued it is, and had so many people reach out to me from LNER and from our external, so from the DFTO and from Network Rail, to congratulate me on getting that award. And it just shows that mentality of support across the industry is there. So that's the main thing for me.
And does it spur you on to do more?
It does, yes. It
Goodness
definitely
help us,
does.
Paula.
No,
Goodness
Yes.
help us. Carter on fire.
I think
let him go. Let him go.
I think that was the first thing that I thought. I was like, oh gosh, I need to do more now. Like it just shows the importance of it and really reaffirms the work that you've been doing.
And it is, I always think, when someone like yourself, amazing, has been doing an amazing thing, get that recognition, I think it really creates that energy for other people to think, gosh, what can I do? What can I support? And I know, often I know I've spoken to people and they've gone, oh gosh, I feel a bit, I feel a bit awkward. I don't want to take the recognition or whatever. But actually, people are really proud of you. And they want to sort of, I'm sure the LNER massive want to brag about what Carter's done, isn't?
We have done quite a lot, haven't we, Carter? And you're
Yes.
very humble. But yeah, lots of congratulations. I'm very, very proud. Very proud.
And Paula, you often reference the awesome Maya Angelou, and you talk about it's not about what people say, it's how you make them feel. That's something you live by, isn't it?
It really is, because if I look back on situations that I've been in the past, I don't remember the actual words, but I remember the feeling, and that's really, really sticks out with me. That can take me back to many examples, but I felt great in certain situations, and I felt not so great. And one of my mantras also is I don't want people to feel how I've felt before in certain circumstances. So I want people to feel comfortable and engaged. So absolutely, it's that feeling rather than the actual words that you say.
And I like your mantra as well. Is it? It's not rejection, it's redirection.
Yes.
I love that. Where does that come from, and how does that manifest in what you
I
do
think
every
it's just
day?
showing that you'll always have knockbacks in life, and it's just making sure that you still keep sort of paving through to achieve what you want to achieve, whether that's something personal you want to achieve or whether that's supporting someone with something, whatever it is, it's just keep going at it, and that if something hasn't worked the first time, just try it a little bit different, and you'll get there in the end.
And did you always want to be in the rail industry?
No. So I actually came from aviation beforehand, and I wanted to sort of have a little bit of a change up. And my experience was always with supporting people and just making people sort of customer service journeys better. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go and I'll move over to rail. And that was 7 years ago now. So I've been here for 8 years almost, 8 years in a month. So yes, I've been here for quite a while now.
And what about you, Paula? What was your adventure, your career
gosh.
adventure to get you where
I've
you are
been
now?
here years.
A lifer.
Absolutely. My whole career virtually has been in the industry, in a whole range of different roles and different parts of the industry. But yes, I think it was one of those things that I can always remember. Somebody said to me, "You'll either be there for 6 months or forever." And I thought, don't be ridiculous. I'm not going to be there forever. And I am, aren't I? But along the way, I've had so many great opportunities to really make a difference, to really be involved. And I look back at that career with great pride. So it's a fabulous industry. And I think that will only get better as we move into the Great British Railway, because we're bringing our track and train together. So the opportunities are quite endless for people.
And you've just almost highlighted that it's been almost zigzaggy. And I think, people assume sometimes that you've got to know what you want to do right at the start, and then you'll just get on the train. See what I did there? Yeah, I know. Shall I go? No. And you're on a track. I need to really stop, don't I? Yeah, fire alarm now. But you don't always know, do you? So what has sort of guided you as you've gone through your adventure, Paula?
I think going back to some of the conversations that we've been having, so some great role models, some great mentors that have supported my development, seen some potential in me, pushed me way out of my comfort zone along the way, and helped me succeed. But it's the passion of people. Again, I'm very curious. I like to understand people and to know why they do what they do, and how that people focus makes the difference to people. So it's been a combination of support, as I say, great role models, and opportunities, and being not afraid to push yourself and maybe fail, but actually get yourself up and start again.
I'm always a big fan of the phrase, if you've never failed, you've never tried, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes even on your zigzaggy thing, you can try things
Yeah.
and you can be a bit like, you know what, eek, not quite for me, but I tried it and I'm going to go and put that energy into something else.
Yeah.
And you've been
Exactly.
frontline.
I have, yes.
And now very much in the talent, in the talent and space.
So now I'm a people business partner within LNER. But yes, started off as frontline. And if you asked me 5 years ago what a people business partner was, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. Never mind.
Carter, what is a people business partner?
Yes. I support our leaders to support their people. So that's a nice, simple way of sort of putting the role.
See, easy. And Paula, how do you describe what you do every day? Because you've picked up so much knowledge and experience, haven't you,
Yeah.
along the way, that everything will multiply and go into
Yeah.
every role you do.
So I think I'm part of helping develop a culture that impacts millions of people. So we have millions of customers across across the network, and I really value the fact that I am part of helping that culture, helping our people deliver the great things that they do every day, making sure that we're legal, making sure that we're compliant, and really changing people's experience on our network.
And if you could give one piece of advice to organisations out there, because nobody's there, are they? Everyone has their own, sort of way that they're running in, whether it's through culture, whether it's through inclusion, opportunities. But if you've got a piece of advice to give to an organisation that is trying to move from intention, I really want to do this, to action, no matter how small it would be, what would that be? What would that one piece of advice to pass on?
I think where you are, think where you want to get to, and be realistic along the way.
And who were your role models? We've talked a lot about people and role models today, but who was that role model for you when you were growing up?
Mine was, not to be too cliche, but my mum was my mum. So my mum's just incredible, and just seeing her do everything at work and then everything at home and sort of managing everything is just, my mum's always been my role model.
Paula?
I love that. I can't copy that.
You
can
can't
I?
have Paula's
I
mum.
can't, can I? But my mum was amazing as well. But if I think in the work context, that there was one old boss, gosh, years ago, and she was scary. She really was scary, but she made me a bit of who I am today, because she was scary with intention and with love, and that really did help me because I learned so much from her, from a professional point of view, from a inclusive point of view, because she wanted to showcase people and help them be who they needed to be.
No, I've got a question for you now. So you're about to board a long train journey. I know. Couldn't plan this, could you? And who are you going to be sitting next to? Because it's a big journey,
Hmm.
right? Who you sit next to? And part B to the question, what snack are you sharing?
Well, I'd like to sit next to somebody who A, wants to talk to me, B, is interesting, will have fun with me, but is very different to me in terms of what I do, my upbringing. So really somebody who will share their story, will have a laugh, but I can learn from, and I can be curious
Oh, so
with.
you're developmental on your train journey. You're
Absolutely.
train mentoring,
But
aren't
I'm
you?
fun as well. It's a bit of a fun thing. And again, this is slightly off piste, but I met somebody 10 years ago on the train, and very different to me, very different age bracket, and we chatted and we chatted and we chatted, and she's now my hairdresser. 10 years on, so yeah,
Wowzers.
absolutely.
I met James Timpson,
Oh
Timpson Shoe
yes,
Shops,
yeah,
on
yeah,
a train once.
yeah.
And it was after a conversation with James Timpson that I created the Northern Power Women Awards.
Oh, wow.
Ta-da! See?
No, it's
Who knew?
incredible what you can get
Yeah.
from just
That
a train
is
journey.
literally free shoe healing for me for life.
Yeah.
Gotta be, right, James? Free publicity. Carter, what about you? Oh, and what's your snack?
Well, I've got a bit of an obsession with apples, so I'm going to go on the healthy side, and I love an apple. I have about
You're
2, 3.
healthy
I have
and
about 2, 3 a day,
developmental.
so three apples.
Carter, I feel yours will be
I
different.
don't know if they would share it with me, but they might have something different.
I'll definitely have a different snack. But no, I think someone that I can take something away from the conversation. So someone that I can learn from on the train. And I think a bit like Paula mentioned. I can think of sort of 3 or 4 people that I've met just by sitting on a train
Oh, because
that
you've got a bank of 4 seats then.
that,
Okay,
yes, of
yeah.
course, of course, that I still talk to now. And sort of, you mentioned just a second ago that you mentioned that you met someone on there that inspired you to start what you're doing now. And I met someone 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago on the train, called Vicky, who we started talking, and she's probably the biggest inspiration for me getting into supporting women in rail, which is sort of our industry, women's network. Um, and I still talk to now, and I go round sort of once a month, once every couple of months, to go and visit. So I just think the connections that you can make while you're traveling on the train, and the inspiration that you can take while you're traveling on the train from people is crazy, really. It's beautiful.
Well, and I also particularly like travelling across the train, across the north, because everyone will talk.
Yeah.
Everyone will talk.
Yeah.
I particularly like the Friday evening trains. I know our train from Leeds to Liverpool today will probably be Hen and Stag Central, but
Yeah,
you know, it's different types of conversations. But you never know. You know, sometimes sometimes it could be a workspace, can't it? That train environment, you want the silence. Sometimes it's you know, you just happen to chat with someone, and before you know it, you've created a. I've had many of those. I've had so many crazy conversations. It almost is that you talked about safe space at the start, Paula, and I think it's creating that safe space to have those conversations and be maybe giving cakes on the way of Carter's on your train.
Definitely.
Yeah, I won't be having apples on my train. No.
They're good.
Now,
No.
I have one final challenge for you. Are you up for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, they're going,
We
yes,
are.
but we're kind of not sure.
With slight
Right in
reservations.
front of you, there is a power jar. Okay, what could possibly be in the power jar? In the power jar is a question left by a previous guest. Now, would you like one each, or would you like to share a question?
Well, should we have one to start with, and then we might have
Yeah.
another?
Oh, I see what you're
Very
being.
diplomatic.
You're literally hedging your bets
I
there,
am,
Paula.
I am.
But you go
Do you
for
want
it.
to pick?
Go on then.
Oh, look at this. It's like teamwork, isn't it?
We are
Teamwork.
in sync. We are in sync.
That's
Oh,
next
see,
one.
Okay,
oh,
we can't look at the other one.
yeah, don't look at it. Okay, go on, Carter. What have you got?
Right, so we have got, what's a small thing that reliably makes you happy even on a busy day?
Snacks.
So for me, colleagues. Colleagues. If we're talking about work, it's colleagues. The team that I work with are just fantastic. No matter what mood I go into work, they'll always bring me up. So yeah, so for me, it's
People.
my colleagues, it's people that I work with.
So I've got a couple then, I guess.
Yeah.
It's say my granddaughter, because that just melts me.
What's her
And
name?
Nora.
Nora.
Yeah, so that just melts me and makes everything okay all again. And the second one is I love the gym. So my hour in the gym in the evening, just that balance, and it takes away everything that has been negative during the day.
See, but it all comes down to people, doesn't it?
It does.
Calls are
Yeah.
awesome. Are you going
Shall
for
we
that
take
Go
second
on then,
another
one?
one?
should
Come
we,
on then.
should we
I
see
knew
what
Yeah.
it
you. Look,
is?
you're into it now, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've gone up to the jar.
Just pass me the jar.
Oh no, I don't like that one.
Give it to Carter.
That was a food treat one again, so
Oh.
we'll move off that one.
Look at you go. Paula's going rogue now.
Oh, I am sorry.
Hopefully we like this
Put the other one back in. Not
Yeah,
the one
I
you
will
just
in a
had,
second.
but it's okay. Go on, Paula. What did you get?
What's something you're oddly loyal to? A habit, a routine, or a thing?
You're going to say the gym,
And
aren't you?
why?
Ooh.
So it could be a habit, a thing, or a routine.
So I tell you what mine is. We have a team step counter, and every day I will make sure I'm doing my steps in it so that we can all see what each other doing. So because it like motivates each other. Even though a lot of the time it's just left to me and my husband Rob to count our steps, but I'm loyal to it because I feel like it motivates you to go to that and do those steps every day.
Mine's similar because if I don't go to the gym, my routine is a quick walk around the block at home after dinner. So yeah, it's fitness related.
Mine's quite a different one, really. Just making sure I always have sort of a 5-minute download with my husband before I go to sleep, whether I'm working away or whether he's out while I'm going to sleep because I'm up early in the morning. It's just having that 5-minute download and just offset and things like that at the end of the day is for
I
me.
love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. I love that,
Declutter.
Carter. Love
Yeah.
you, Paula. Thank you so much for coming. Have the best day at the palace.
Thank you very much.
Almost a
Thank you.
magical day, and I know all your LNER gang will be cheering you on. They'll probably be outside the palace railings,
I
won't they,
would
with
not be
flags.
surprised.
Like we hot Carter
Yes.
flags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. We'll
but
get those done.
but thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for bringing all your stories, all your snacks, and all your wisdom and guidance. Thank you so much for joining us today on the pod.
Thank you very much for having us.